Have you ever wondered why we often hesitate to talk about mental health as openly as we discuss physical health? It's a puzzle, isn't it? We're all familiar with the common cold, sprained ankles, and other physical ailments. Yet when it comes to mental health, there's a veil of silence that often descends. In many cultures and societies, mental health remains a subject cloaked in mystery, misunderstanding, and often fear. It becomes this unspoken, taboo topic that people shy away from. But why is this so? Mental health, like physical health, is an integral part of our overall well-being, yet we tend to treat it like a dark secret. This reluctance to talk openly about mental health can lead to harmful effects. It can prevent people from seeking help, foster isolation, and perpetuate misconceptions. This silence around mental health issues is what we call mental health stigma. But what exactly is mental health stigma, and why does it exist? Let's take a moment to unpack these questions. Mental health stigma can be described as the negative and often unfair beliefs that society has about people with mental health conditions. It's a mark of disgrace, a label that sets a person apart from others and leads to prejudice, avoidance, rejection, and discrimination. So how does society create and perpetuate these stereotypes about mental health? Well, it often starts with misinformation and misunderstanding. Many people lack a basic understanding of mental health conditions. They may not know that these conditions are common and treatable. Instead, they may believe myths that depict people with mental health conditions as dangerous, unpredictable, or incapable of leading a normal life. This lack of understanding can fuel fear. People fear what they don't understand, and this fear can lead to avoidance and discrimination. For example, someone might avoid a coworker with depression because they mistakenly believe that depression is contagious, or that it will make the work environment gloomy. Such beliefs and actions, driven by fear and misunderstanding, contribute to the stigma around mental health. Media also plays a significant role in perpetuating these stereotypes. When people with mental health conditions are portrayed in movies or on TV, they're often depicted as violent, unstable, or eccentric. These portrayals can reinforce harmful stereotypes and make it harder for people with mental health conditions to feel understood and accepted. But it's not just about stereotypes and fear. Stigma is also about silence. Many people with mental health conditions feel ashamed or embarrassed. They may choose to hide their struggles, which only deepens the sense of isolation and misunderstanding. This silence can perpetuate the cycle of stigma, making it harder for people to seek help and for society to understand and empathize with their experiences. So, mental health stigma is not just about silence, it's about misunderstanding and fear. It's about the labels we place on people, the assumptions we make, and the stereotypes we allow to persist. But with understanding and empathy, we can begin to dismantle this stigma and create a society where everyone feels seen, heard, and supported. And now that we know what mental health stigma is, let's dive into how it impacts individuals and societies. Picture this: a world where people struggling with mental health issues are too afraid to seek help because they fear being ostracized or treated differently. This is the harsh reality for many individuals around the globe due to the pervasive stigma surrounding mental health. So, let's delve right into it. First off, mental health stigma often leads to isolation. People with mental health issues may feel like they're the only ones dealing with such problems. They might believe that others won't understand their struggles or that they'll be judged harshly, resulting in them keeping their troubles to themselves. This isolation can exacerbate their mental health problems, creating a vicious cycle that's hard to break. Next, there's discrimination. When mental health stigma is prevalent, people with mental health issues may face unfair treatment in various aspects of life, including the workplace, school, or even within their own families. This discrimination can result in fewer opportunities, lower self-esteem, and increased stress, which again can worsen mental health issues. Then there's the lack of access to mental health services. Stigma can make people reluctant to seek help, but it can also impact policy and funding. When mental health isn't valued as much as physical health, services can become underfunded and understaffed, making it even harder for those in need to get help. Moreover, stigma can exacerbate mental health issues. The constant fear of judgment and the stress of hiding one's struggles can add to the mental health burden. It can increase feelings of shame and guilt, leading to a deterioration of mental well-being. Lastly, mental health stigma can discourage people from seeking help. Even when services are available, the fear of being stigmatized can make people hesitant to reach out. This means that many people don't get the help they need, leading to a worsening of their condition and, in some cases, tragic outcomes. Clearly, mental health stigma is not just harmful, it can be downright dangerous. So, what can we do to combat mental health stigma? Well, the first step is promoting mental health education. It's important to understand that mental health issues are not a sign of weakness. They're a part of life. Just like we learn about physical health in school, we need to give the same importance to mental health. We should be teaching our children, our friends, our families about what mental health is and how to take care of it. This education can help dispel myths, break down stereotypes, and create a culture of understanding and acceptance. Next, we need to encourage open conversations about mental health. Sometimes, the hardest part of dealing with mental health issues is feeling like you're alone, like you can't talk about what you're going through. But the more we talk, the more we normalize these discussions, the less alone people will feel. So let's start having these conversations. Let's start asking each other how we're really doing, and let's start listening, really listening, when people answer. We also need to advocate for policies that protect the rights of people with mental health issues. This means lobbying for laws that ensure equal access to mental health care, that protect against discrimination in the workplace, and that promote mental health awareness and education. These laws are critical in creating a society where people with mental health issues are treated with the respect and dignity they deserve. And finally, let's remember that change starts with us. It starts with how we talk about mental health, how we react when someone opens up about their struggles, how we educate ourselves and others. It's about making the choice, every day, to challenge the stigma around mental health, to change our own attitudes and behaviors, and to support those who are struggling. Each one of us has the power to challenge and change the stigma around mental health. So let's use that power. Let's make a difference. Because mental health matters, and it's time we started treating it that way. Before we end, we have a challenge for you. A challenge that could change lives, even save them. You see, we all have a part to play in dismantling the stigma around mental health. It starts with understanding, empathy, and compassion, but it doesn't end there. Let's take it a step further. If you feel comfortable, share your experiences. It can be scary, but remember, authenticity inspires. Your story may just be the beacon someone needs in their darkest hour. If you're not ready to share, that's okay too. Show your support by promoting mental health awareness. Share posts, articles, or videos that educate and enlighten. You can also support mental health organizations, either through donations or volunteer work. Every action, no matter how small, counts in this collective effort. Remember, your voice matters. So please like this video, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more enlightening content.